Hello everyone, how's it going? And welcome to today's Wild Rift video. In this video, we're going to be trying out one of the many builds that you can run on Varus. And I think that's the cool thing about Varus in general. There are so many different ways in which you can play him. You can play him as a poke champion with summon airy, going for things like man immune. You can play him as a mixture of the two, going like Essence Reaver into Rift Maker, going for more on hit and more damage with Conqueror, which is the build that I'm running today. Or you can go for more on hit Varus build with things like Nash's Tooth, things like Trinity Force. I think that just makes out to be one of the most fun champions, I think, to play in Wild Rift. A little bit of exchange happening early game here. Unfortunately, I got hooked, even though I thought I was standing behind a minion. I'm going to quickly show you the build on the screen now. As I mentioned, this build that we're running, we're going to be going for the sort of build that has both Essence Reaver and also Rift Maker, allowing us to go for poke damage with Essence Reaver, which I think is very, very nice, but also allowing us to get the extra true damage and the sustain from things like Rift Maker. You know, we're going to be going for Conqueror as well. Some people like to go for Phase Rush with this type of build, trying to go for as much ability haste as possible. But yeah, that's going to be the build. And now we get into the gameplay. Bit of a tricky start, unfortunately, for us. We're unfortunately going to be in a spot where we're going to be in a little bit of a difficult spot. By the way, this Volibear champion is kind of disgusting, I have to admit. But we do get the first blood there onto Volibear, which is really, really nice. But we do get the trade back. Or they do get the trade back, I should say. It's still away the blue buff, but I think the blue buff now went on to someone else, which is a little bit unfortunate. I didn't really want to fight here. I think Gragas is just working as a distraction. I didn't want to lose that many minions underneath my tower. Yeah, that's a big thing in Wild Rift sometimes. Some people, especially junglers, flame their laners. The junglers go, oh, why are you not rotating? Why are you not coming to my lane? And then what you realize after some time is that the laner is underneath tower with like 20 minions. Gonna get a quick kill here onto Ezreal. As soon as a hook hits with this Thresh, we get easy kills straight away. Stacking up our auto attacks and then using our first ability afterwards, which is really important with Varus. You want to make sure that you stack up your auto attacks first with your second ability and then use your first ability to get the extra damage. Yeah, as I was mentioning, as a jungler, sometimes you need to kind of realize that sometimes your laners are going to be underneath the tower with like 10 minions underneath the tower. That means they're not going to be able to roam to Scuttle Crab or defend your jungle or anything like that, really, because they're in a situation where if they roam, then yes, they might get a kill, but you're actually going to lose a lot of gold underneath the tower, especially with the minion changes now as well. That's such a big thing in Wild Rift with all the minion changes. That Yone ultimate was that Yone ultimate was something. I'll tell you that for a fact. It was definitely something. But yeah, as I was mentioning, you know, with junglers asking, you know, champions to roam or kind of being tilted because laners are roaming, as a jungler, you always want to look at the lane state, you know, or you want to look at your laners and be like, okay, are they in a losing matchup or are they in a winning matchup in the lane? Whether that's, you know, in the dual lane like we're in now, whether that's in the Baron lane, doesn't really matter where you're really looking at. It's always about trying to figure out when's the best time. Nice, quick, easy catch there onto the pike again. Really, really nice. And the hook again. I think, oh my god, I think Gragas actually comboed that really well with the Thresh. I think the Gragas knocked the Ezreal into hook range, which is actually kind of smart. I'm not too sure if that was planned or not, but it was kind of smart from my team. Yeah, as long as we land the ultimate, we get a few auto attacks off, we can do a huge amount of burst damage with Varus. So a nice kill there. Luckily, I use exhaust as well, so we actually slowed the movement speed. Normally, I wouldn't exhaust supports, but I think exhausting the pike there so he gets less movement speed, so he can't actually land his stun or root, whatever you want to call it, on me, his third ability on me, I think was actually probably the big difference there between me killing pike and not killing pike. Yeah, gotta go back to base, get the Essence Reaver to start things off. Did I not get boots as a first item? I think I completely forgot about boots this game. I might have done, which is actually a big mistake against pike. I actually can't remember. It only happened like 2 minutes ago. I don't think I actually got, no, there's no way I would have been, it would have been 4.5 minutes and I have Essence Reaver and boots. I mean, maybe, but I'm not too sure. Hook lands again from this Thresh. By the way, the Thresh was an absolute goat this game as well. Like, the Thresh hooks were insane this game. Such a good playmaking champion. I mean, Thresh is one of my favorite supports to play and also play against, because he just has so much playmaking potential. You know, the hook, the flay, the box as well, but also you have the lantern to protect me, you know, things like that. You know, you can just use the lantern to get away, which is so nice. I want to go back into my Essence Reaver before we start the objectives. My jungle is currently on the Rift Heralds. We don't actually have to do anything. Did I get boots? I think I did get boots. Oh, I did get boots. Oh my god, I'm seeing things now. I'm seeing things. Big question with Varus is, what do you go as your second item with Varus? Do you go for a more defensive item? Do you go for a more offensive item? What's the best to go? I'd like to go Edge of Night as a second item. I flash away here from the Zyra ulti, which is kind of nice. Kind of nice that I was able to flash away there from the Zyra ulti, get the kill onto the volley bear. I'm trying to kill the Zyra, but it's a little bit difficult. Enter back to lane, kill all the minions, happy days. But yeah, a lot of people are probably... There is like so many different options that you have as a second item for Varus. I've seen Trinity Force's second item be really good, which I think can be very, very good if you're ahead. The only problem with Trinity Force is it is very expensive, but it does give you a lot of great stats. Machine passive can also work really well for Varus, especially on top of Essence Reaver passive as well. Some people like to go for Riftmaker as a second item. Again, kind of depends. Edge of Night is normally an item that I don't think a lot of people actually want to go. Get another kill there onto the Zyra. You know, this Thresh is just popping off. Look how much damage I do as well. Like, when you have Essence Reaver online with Varus, and once you auto attack a few times and then get the Essence Reaver passive, my god, it does so much burst damage. Like, you even burst through tanks as well, especially when you're building Riftmaker, because you have Essence Reaver making your abilities deal more damage. You have your second ability allowing your first ability to deal more damage, and also you have Essence Reaver, Riftmaker, and also your second ability. I forgot I said this first one. Yeah, they're the three ways. Yeah, I like to go for Edge of Night as a second item. I think it's actually pretty good this game as well, Edge of Night. I have things like Zyra that can stun me, Pike Hook as well, you know, things like this. Like, I blocked the Zyra stun because of my Edge of Night shield. It does have a pretty long cooldown, but I don't think it's that bad. I think with the amount of crowd control that the enemy team have, it's not the best item to be able to carry, you know. I think that's the big thing as to why many people maybe don't want to go Essence Reaver as a second, Edge of Night as a second item, because it's not really a carry item. It's more of a defensive item, but it does allow you to play or build other items, like other aggressive items later on. And if you have the amount of money for it, then hey, why not? Still gives you that, and all passive still gives you the spell shield. So just pushing up in the Baron lane, just kind of distracting the enemy team to catch that Baron wave. I say Baron wave, the dual lane wave, the top wave, whatever you want to call it. They're trying to set up something in mid lane here, but I don't think there's really much that they can do. They're trying to go on the Thresh, but I'm just going to do a little bit of poke damage here. If Thresh can land a hook on someone, I can probably ulti afterwards. You can see how most of the time I'm kind of waiting for my ultimate. I'm not actually using my ultimate straight away. The one difficulty with Varus is landing the ultimate. If you watch my streams, you would see how many Varus ultis I miss because it doesn't have the longest range. So all I'm doing in this game is kind of waiting for any sort of crowd control to be hit. Whether that's a Thresh hook, Yasuo knock up, Gragas CC, anything like that. And it makes it a lot easier to not miss the Varus ulti, which I do sometimes do a lot. We're doing pretty well this game so far. This is probably one of the best ultis I've done in my life. A flash ulti there, which is a pretty cool way of doing it. I think I exhausted the wrong person here. I think I exhausted the Riven in the air. I think I exhausted the Riven instead of the volley bear. I should have exhausted the volley bear, but oh yeah, this sucks. It's like, hello team, help. Yeah, I shouldn't have recalled there. I think they must have had vision in that bush. That's the only reason that Riven would have saw me there. But they get the kill anyway. Unfortunately, I died, but they get the kill anyway, so it's all good. What am I thinking of here? Oh, getting anti-heal. Yes. Anti-heal's weird on Varus now. Because the thing is with Varus, I mean, I guess you can go for Mortal Reminder because you have the crit from Essence Reaver, so you're actually going to get a little bit more damage from Essence Reaver, which is not too bad. But you can also go for the other option, Chempunk Chainsword, because crit is not that important in this build, and Mortal Reminder is very, very expensive. You do get a little bit of extra crit damage, which is going to boost your ability damage on Essence Reaver, which I think works extremely well. We're just going to be pushing the mid lane for now. The dragon is up and the jungle is bot side, so we probably should be walking towards the dragon here. But I see the whole team, whole of my team's bot lane, so I'm trying to kill them and do enough damage, but I can't do enough damage to Riven. This champion is way too fast. We probably should have gone to the dragon, but problem was my jungler was also bot side, so yeah, couldn't really do too much there. See the wave clear as well. Wave clear is kind of nice for Varus with Essence Reaver. And Essence Reaver does come up quite often as well. You see that every single time that I use an ability, you have a cooldown at the bottom, which shows you when Essence Reaver comes back up again. So you use your Q and then like 2 seconds later, it comes back again. It's really, really nice. Like by the time you charge your first ability, Essence Reaver is most likely going to come back up again. And that's why it's such a good item for Varus, because most of the time when you're using other abilities on other champions, Essence Reaver is like you use an ability and you have to wait for the cooldown. But the cool thing is that Essence Reaver works when you use the ability, not when the ability hits a champion, but when you use an ability. So like you can see here, I'm charging up and you can see the little cooldown there of Essence Reaver. So it doesn't even take that long. So I can fully charge my first ability, and by the time that's fully charged, and Essence Reaver comes back up again. Which is kind of crazy if you think about it. Because like you fully charge your first ability, you get the Essence Reaver proc, and then you can get like I don't know, your third ability, or even you could do a situation where you're using your ultimate does more damage with Essence Reaver, you auto attack a few times because of the passive, and then you use your first ability afterwards. That's also another way you can do it. So many different ways in which you can use Essence Reaver, and that's why it's always been the first item now. I don't really like Manamune anymore. I think some people still like to go Manamune on Varus, but I think the item is just way too slow now. I think the only champion that really builds Manamune is Corki and sometimes Kai'Sa if you go AP Kai'Sa. I think even AP Kai'Sa now, I don't really like it at all. We should probably go back to base here. Yep. Back to base by Riftmaker. Fully completed item basically on our base, which is really, really nice. I think when you're this far ahead, you can probably build Guardian Angel as well. Even though not Essence Reaver, sorry, even though Edge Knight is also a defensive item, so you're kind of having 2 defensive items, it's probably not that bad to go Edge Knight Shield and also Guardian Angel. Not too sure what's happening here. Doesn't look like this is going too well. Ulti there. Dodge the Zyra Q and also the Zyra ulti. Okay. We're cooking. That's a really smart play by me. I don't know why I stood in this bush, by the way. I don't know why I did this, by the way. This was such a bad mistake. I think I survive. Actually, no, I don't think I do. I think I stasis underneath the tower and then I die. Yep. I die. RP. Yep. I don't know why I was sitting in that bush with such low HP. Like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking? This Volibear champion is still good, by the way, as well, even though they've nerfed Volibear so much. But I'm just like, why am I sitting in that bush waiting to like trap someone when I'm 1 HP? Like, who am I going to trap? I don't even know who I'm going to trap. But yeah, I much prefer Essence Reaver nowadays to Manamune, because you just get a spike much earlier. I think it's a lot better to just get a spike earlier on. Uh oh, my Gragas is in trouble. Oh wait, Yone's there. I didn't even see Yone. Gragas kills one but dies, and then Yone also dies. Oh, okay. Yeah, this Volibear is going to be a bit of a problem. I think Volibear just has so much sustain as well. That's also why I went for Executioner's Calling beforehand. Get the ulti off here. Yeah, we should. Look at this burst damage, by the way. What? Like, I do a quarter of Riven's HP in, like, ulti, a few auto attacks, and then Q. Like, that is crazy damage. That damage is disgusting, by the way. Like, I don't know any other champion that has that much burst damage as an AD carry. I think the only champions that have burst damage like that is champions like Kha'Zix or Evelyn or some champions you expect, but you don't expect that from a Varus. Gonna go back to base, get Mortal Reminder. I guess the good thing about Mortal Reminder is that we get the percent armor penetration, so we don't actually have to worry about Grudge. But we could have done Kempunk Chainsword and then Serrade's Grudge if we wanted to slow. It's kind of a big thing. It's like if you want to slow, you go Serrade's Grudge, but I think 90% of the time you actually go Mortal Reminder. Of the time you go Mortal Reminder. Holy Bear Flash is pretty big here. You can try and move towards. I mean, both objectives are coming up at the same time. Look at that hook by Thresh again. I wasn't even duo Q with this Thresh, by the way. Just one of them Threshes that you find in solo queue that's actually pretty good at the game, which is quite nice. I've actually been quite enjoying Wild Rift lately. Like, when I hit Master, before Master is very difficult. But when I hit Master, like, the matchmaking has actually been pretty decent. And the matchmaking has been pretty even and pretty decent. I'm trying to stop the Volley Bear here from jumping in, but he does jump in. But look, burst damage. Oh my god. The burst damage is so disgusting. Flash over the Zyra ultimate again. I don't think I can do enough damage. Oh my god. I mean, I still nearly killed her. 2 auto attacks and a Q hitting, and I nearly kill her. I mean, this game kind of shows the potential of what you can do with Varus. I think he's a more difficult champion to play than anyone else. But we're going to be able to get Baron here after the Ezreal ulti comes in. Already much that the enemy team could do about it. I tried to ward and Zyra just popped off from out of nowhere. That's the time where I missed the ulti. There you go. It wouldn't be a Varus Stuart game if I didn't miss an ulti. Oh no. Okay. I think I'm okay. Yep, I'm okay. Oh, where is the Pike going? where is the Pike going? The Pike just flashed forward and didn't even kill anyone. I'm 12 to 10 this game. That's kind of crazy. My support also performed really well this game. Also a pretty good performance by my support. I don't think this guy's missed a single hook, by the way. This guy's just landing hook after hook after hook. Not too sure if I'm going to move it. Yeah, this is kind of scary to try and finish here. Kind of a little bit worried. Uh-oh. I have no mana. Oh, Thresh Lantern saves me. I have no mana. I need to go back to base. No mana. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking here what I could have gone as a last item. I go for Guardian Angel because I think Guardian Angel is okay in this game. We're against quite a bit of AD damage, you know, Volley Bear, Riven. Could have maybe gone more of my Mortius. Oh no, we're against the Pike as well. I think Guardian Angel is probably the best choice. And then I kind of have 2 defensive items, so I don't do as much damage as maybe what I could have done. Ulti onto the Pike, boom, one shot, baby. Dead. That's all I need. Ulti, a few auto attacks, and then they're dead. Q damage, not too bad. My Q probably does a bit more damage there if I'm actually... Like, look, this guy hits another hook, by the way. Like, this guy is just crazy. I need to auto attack this Nexus one more time. Hello, Stuart? Can you auto attack the Nexus one more time? My Thresh nearly died because of me. I think we just auto attack the Nexus here and end. Oh, one more auto. There we go. GG's. Not bad. Yeah, this game was really good. My Thresh performed really well. I think we performed really well as well. The early game was a little bit tricky. There was like some trades that didn't really go our way, but luckily we was able to survive, which was kind of the main thing. Big win though. Big win for the Varus. MVP as well. 13-2-11 in the end, which is not that bad. Actually pretty good going 13-2-11. How much damage do you do? 39,000 damage. Not too bad. Nearly the most. Actually, no, we did do the most damage in the game. Only one that came close was Riven with also 39,000 damage, but we did like 102 damage more than the Riven. So overall, pretty good game, but I think it just shows that, like I said, like I was talking about through the game, so many different ways to build Varus. Let me know how you build Varus down in the comments. I'd love to know how you build Varus. Do you build him more lethality with Manamune, or do you build him more on hit? you know, with items like Trinity Force and Nash's Tooth? Or do you build him like I do, like a bit of a mixture between the two? Like I said, I know that Phase Rush is also pretty popular on Varus. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video anyway. Hopefully you tune into the next one. I'll see you all then. Take care of yourselves and see you in the next one video. Peace.